What's up, y'all? Tuning in to Shama Osama, and I want to do more of the free fights. Well, free night or is it free? It's free fights. Yeah, like the full video of the UFC fights, but I don't want to get any copyright strikes or anything like that. So later today, I'm going to email YouTube to see if I'm allowed to. I don't know. Cause I was looking through YouTube. I'm like, bro, why is nobody else doing this but me? So I was kind of skeptical and scared. So I was like, you know what? I didn't delete any of the videos I posted from the previous fights. I just unlisted them until I emailed them later today to see if I could actually, post the whole fight, because I don't want to get in trouble. I really want to. I enjoy it, but bro, I really don't. I work hard. I don't want to. I don't want my YouTube channel to get taken down. But let's get into it.
Good reffing by Jason Herzog. Jason Herzog.
Down goes the champion. Pineda trying to close. He'll do it. He did it. Putting in it. Oh, he got hurt because it's it. He closes the show.
Oh my goodness gracious. Everybody. I come here for everybody. Kill everybody. I'm the champ. I'm the king. Get everyone.
Hey, Israel. What you say I see you, boy? What you say? I see you soon, boy. No. You don't need to say something like this. Give me the f***ing day. Give me the f***ing day.
Mixed martial arts is not a professional sport for everybody. More often than not, only strong, brave and willed people get into it. And with no exaggeration, every fighter presents a serious threat to a regular person. But there are athletes that manage to distinguish themselves even among their peers. They channel a doubled aura of danger, fear and pain that not only scares the fans, but other fighters as well. In today's video, we will list the most terrifying MMA representatives. Please don't forget about the likes, comments with 4 words, and subscribe to the channel. Here we go. Number 5. Mirko Cro Cop.
Then in the second fight, Cro Cop had a few MMA fights, and he got his timing down, and that was when Cro Cop was Cro Cop, man.
He was dangerous. He was that was a scary man. I mean, he had again one of the scariest tools to ever exist in MMA that he knocked out multiple people with.
Mirko Filipovic Cro Cop is an old-school killing machine from the heart of Croatia. We are not going to beat around the bush and simply state hard facts. A former Croatian policeman is an unstoppable Terminator who was snapping in half everybody in his way. Absolutely all old-school fighters that you know of at some point of their careers were getting butchered by Cro Cop, facing him in the octagon or a ring. Mirko inspired a true primal fear in his opponents with his absolute immovability, toughness, power.
Oh my god, look at his face! Bro, what?
Through primal fear in his opponents with his absolute immovability, toughness, power, and cold-bloodedness.
I'll never forget his stare down with Vanderlei for that first fight.
Oh, yeah.
The first fight, someone finally outstared Vanderlei.
Yeah. Wait, no, he was not afraid.
No, this guy's a fucking straight up killer.
Oh, yeah.
Looking right into your soul.
Yeah.
Military bearing, stern and brutal work, coupled with hard training, turned Mirko Cro Cop into a professional killer who never stops until he rips somebody's head off. And his kicks describes the core of the Croatian and that danger that he translated before every fight. We went out partying since we were free the next day, but the next day Mirko calls me and tells me we are sparring. So we went there and things got ugly. He kicked my leg. He was using 2 shin pads this thick. His kick was so strong it tore my muscle, completely splitting it. So I went to the hospital.
Are you serious?
He hurt you. Even not considering his peak form in the 2000s, at the end of his career, he was still one of the most vicious bastards who entered the cage to cause violence and destruction. It seemed like it was just a matter of sport, but how many of the same professionals once suffered from his onslaught? Just think about it. How many veterans do you know who retired on a winning streak? Maybe you can name a couple, but what would be your reaction if we tell you that Mirko got done with MMA on a streak of 10 victories? 10 victories, folks, and none of them are stoppages. Cro Cop is undoubtedly one of the most terrifying fighters ever, and for that, he takes the 5th spot on our list.
Okay.
Number 4, Tony Ferguson.
Who's that?
Tony Ferguson. If this was a scary movie, Tony Ferguson would be that guy.
He's El Cucuy.
Yeah.
He's the boogeyman.
They need to make a movie out. Like, somebody needs to do some kind of, like, I don't know, mashup of his fights that make him seem like the Jason, the guy that just never goes away, and as soon as you turn around, he's ready to kill you.
Tony Ferguson. Recently, that
That
name
boy
brings
tall.
only
Look at that. Bro, he tall as hell.
Make him seem like the
Like,
Jason,
he's
the guy
above
that just
the
never
ring.
goes away, and as soon as you turn around, he's ready to kill you.
Tony Ferguson.
Look at that.
Recently, that name brings only grief and sadness and nothing else. But a couple of years earlier, it activated subconscious signals responsible for escape and an instinct of self-preservation. El Cucuy's career from 2012 to 2020 is a quintessence of gore, violence and fear that are impossible to put into words. Absolutely every battle with his feature always resulted in a puddle of blood, massacred faces, and compromised health. What every one of the subsequent components of this boogeyman clearly knew, as well as his fans who couldn't wait to see him, is that they are about to witness a wild spectacle filled with an explosion of emotions and scarlet tones.
You know, a lot of people like to point up the top 5 and they want to say top 3.
I would not expect an English accent. Well, I said accent. I meant just English. I would have thought he speak another. He would have an accent or something like that.
I like to start at the bottom. Give me top 10, and I'm going to pick them all off one by one. And I'm going to be that scary boogeyman dude. Not even the boogeyman. El Cucuy is scarier than the boogeyman. I hunt beasts. So the top 10 guys that are in the shark division for the lightweight, you guys watch out because I'm coming for you.
Whether you fix roofs, move boxes, or light up the room, Google local services ads. Makes
People like to associate each fighter with some animal, but Tony Ferguson was called and seen as a hyena, because when he entered an octagon, he devoured his opponents like a merciless vulture. He ate them alive, slicing their flesh with elbows and tearing them apart. Just think about this, in the sport which is associated with gore and violence by default, the boogeyman stood apart. All of his fights on the Fight Pass are accessible only to those who are not especially impressionable, and due to the abundance of blood and violence, they show it in grey tones. What is it if not madness?
He doesn't get he's legit crazy.
Yes.
Like, he doesn't, like, I don't know if he feels pain. That kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like, he will do things in there that I remember when we fought. I'm southpaw, he's orthodox, right? He throws that inside kick, and I'm turning my leg over to check it, and like, it was never at my knee. He was throwing that at my shin. Like, if you're throwing that calf kick with that open stance, you're throwing it at the shin.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, I checked it, and I was about to check, and then we banged shin to shin, like the middle of the shin to the middle of his shin. And I remember thinking to myself, why the fuck would you do that? Now we're both hurting. Like, I seriously hated that feeling, but he did, like, there was no reaction on his face. There was nothing. He was just like, still on, just on to the next thing.
Nobody wanted to call Prime Ferguson out, and when we say nobody, we mean it. In 2018, a former BJJ coach of El Cucuy, Eddie Bravo, was on Joe Rogan's podcast, but unfortunately this interview is not in the open access. And there, he described in detail how hard it was to find an opponent for his student. Ferguson was inimitable in his best years, and for that,
It was that hard to find him an opponent. My accent. An opponent. Oh my gosh.
takes this place on our list. Number 3, Khamzat Chimaev.
Hamzat. Look at that guy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what the fuck, man?
Hey, and you want to hear what I hear. It's crazy.
With the training sessions?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I hear too.
He's over, because Darren Till's there right now.
Yeah.
At All Stars in Sweden. And
what'd Darren tell you?
he's a fucking animal.
Yeah.
He's just an absolute animal, non-stop in every way, striking, wrestling, conditioning. Apparently, you know, because all his fights are finished real quick.
Yeah.
So he's never had to show that side of things. But apparently his conditioning is like nothing you've ever seen as well.
Khamzat Chimaev is potentially a future champion in multiple weight classes in the UFC. Despite a small experience and profound record, Boz does unimaginable things to every one of his opponents. As a fighter of a new generation, the Chechen possesses the skills of elite level in absolutely every aspect. Anybody who hears this guy's name immediately recalls vivid highlights. When Khamzat Chimaev arrived in the Premier League and began to get rid of the best fighters of the modern era, that was the moment when a couple of divisions were put on notice.
I got it coming for everyone. I kill everybody. Allahu Akbar.
If I come to kill somebody, take my money. Outside, I respect all the guys. I like to
kill people and just take my money. Oh Lord.
speak with my opponent, joke with them, and I don't know why people hate me sometimes. I'm love this shit. I come for everybody and show good fights and take money, be happy, feel like.
Right now, Khamzat Chimaev is on a record of 12 wins with no losses. The last time we saw him was in September of 2022, and one of the main reasons why he hadn't fought since then is that nobody wants to take his fight. In just a couple of years, Boz managed to draw attention from dozens of fighters, and by saying draw attention, we mean scare them to death. Only Paulo Costa accepted the fight with this unstoppable beast, but how he is going to perform in the cage with a man who can knock you out or choke you like a helpless prey in the first minute of the bout is yet to be seen. And for now, the Chechen takes this spot on our list. Number 2. Francis Ngannou.
Ngannou. Where he from? What tribe is this man from?
Last one for Alistair. I know thing.
You can hear it.
I just gonna
Where
ask
you from,
you
my
one
friend?
question. How tough is his chin is strong? No. So that is the question for Alistair over there. So if he has any answer, you can give me that. We're gonna check it out. Go sleep, tonight.
Oh.
Sleep.
With a gun!
Francis Ngannou's natural power and heavy punch are legendary.
Saturday
Every
night.
fight featuring the Cameroonian from the perspective of his opponent is a race on the minefield up until the moment when the predator catches you with one touch and sends you to Wonderland. Literally from his debut in the world's best league, Ngannou was under intense scrutiny. His main and unique trait was the ability to...
Them punches look heavy as hell. Like, heavy. What the? Look at this.
Ngannou was under intense scrutiny.
Look at that.
His main
Bro,
and
it
unique
looks
trait
heavy
was the
with a lot of
ability to
power.
knock out his opponent with a
I would not fight anybody from Africa either. Boy, he built different.
couple or even one significant
If he's from Africa, wherever he's from. Bro, I'm telling you, those backgrounds, No!
shot. A tough childhood and everyday labor on the sand mines made Francis
Wow, see what I'm talking
Ngannou
about?
a strong man who possesses incredible power.
See what I'm talking about, bro?
I think he'll try to survive. First of all, this is the first way for a game plan. Survive. And then whatever I'm going to try, I'm going to catch it.
By 2018, the first wave of hype and noise around the Predator reached its peak. Prior to his first title opportunity, the UFC hype machine was at full speed for the Cameroonian, doing its best at promoting the new prospect.
Francis Ngannou has the world record for the most powerful punch. His punch is the equivalent to 96 horsepower, which is equal to getting
96 horse. Whoa, 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 what?
full punch. His punch is the equivalent to 96 horsepower, which is equal to getting hit by a Ford Escort going as fast as it can. And it's more powerful than a 12-pound sledgehammer swung full.
Nah, bro. Nah.
This game.
Nah, bro.
You're not
Full force from overhead. Holy shit.
At that time, people were making Ngannou to be a real monster, and regular highlights with his feature were of a great support of helping the major organization to create a needed impression on the viewers and other fighters on the roster. And when Francis went through an existential crisis after his loss to Miocic and came back, he became a lot more dangerous.
I feel great, man. You know, it's been 3 years that I've been living without it. I always thought that I could have it 3 years ago. So tonight there wasn't a place for mistake. So
yeah, no, he looked damn good. He looked incredible, man. And obviously, you saw a lot of things from him tonight that we hadn't seen from him in the past.
Who knows how Ngannou's UFC career as a champion would have unfolded, especially considering the return more than deserving of the second place on our list. Number 1, Alex Pereira.
That dude is different. He's scary. He's scary. That dude has nuclear power. He's got crazy power. Even when he was over in Glory, I was a big fan of his over in kickboxing. He was f***ing everybody up in 2 different weight classes over there. Even at 205, he was knocking people dead.
Alex Pereira is the scariest man, fighter and athlete on planet Earth. Who would argue with that? Everything associated with Poatan literally screams. Who would argue with that? Everything associated with Poatan literally screams that this guy is ready to fight at any given moment in his life, beginning from the Brazilian's appearance and ongoings and ending with his skills and deadly arsenal. All of that represents his combat spirit that inspires horror. Call me out.
How much do MMA fighters make?
Even I'm scared of myself. I'm breaking mirrors at home so I can avoid myself. Experience and achievement of Alex Pereira speak for themselves. He conquered world championships in the main kickboxing organization multiple times, got the gold of the world's best league, and 90% is the next contender for the light heavyweight championship. Besides that, he smashed many chins and any other body parts in this sport. Multiple weight classes fell victims to his terror.
When it comes to hitting people, dude, he's fucking technical too, man. It's not just power. The way he's setting Izzy up.
The left hook.
The left hook is
so fast.
Murderous. And he checks kicks as good as anybody, man.
And his size is a whole other topic.
Look at that. 219. He walks around he weighs in at 184, and then he weighs in on the fight day at 219. That's crazy. That's so big. He's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
He's a fucking heavyweight.
The Brazilian is incredible in every sense. No matter where he fought, he always superseded all of his opponents in terms of anthropometry. And combined with the huge power possessed by the king of favelas, it makes him a true killer who is ready to take the health and soul of another fighter for a paycheck. When Alex Pereira came into the UFC following the steps of Israel Adesanya, many joked about it in the media, and after his sensational victory in 2022, all these jokes about the stalker from Brazil reached their peak. Pereira looks like and makes an impression that he is impossible to stop. Oh well, you managed to catch him with a counterattack and knock him out. A couple months later, he moves up in weight and beats a former UFC champion. Even if he is not perfect in some aspects, we still won't talk about it cause we are scared. That's what the Brazilian Poatan is, and on top of that, he takes the first spot on our list. Which of the aforementioned fighters scare you or your friends the most? Leave your opinion in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.